delay. We had to wait for the actual other game to finish before we could get underway with our next one. But it will be Collab up against Unknown P. So Red Team 2 is now out. House of Batiatas is now out to join Wild Panthers and Feet Spellin. So 4 teams already gone, 4 teams remain, and we have Unknown O waiting in the finals. This game, before we get to the picks and bans, who do you think's going to win? Don John? Who's your team?
I'm sticking again to NKN, especially we do have Best LSU. You mentioned it. That's actually the team which is bringing a lot of variety into the fold at the moment. And so I have strong beliefs. And just to say that, we have also Team Collab. They have a kind of a bad connection compared to the connection of, obviously, the European team.
Yeah. And Blueberries, what's your take?
Well, I think, let's pretend, late game, Unknown is going to lead. But they are doing one mistake, Collab is going to take it home. So that is what I want to see in that match. But I'm a little bit afraid of the late game 1 millisecond lag from North America to Europe mistake.
I think it's a little bit more than a millisecond.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean.
I heard it's around 300 normally.
Okay. Well, so, I mean, it's the difference between dodging a skill shot and getting hit by one, and we've seen teams like Unknown P really excel at that when they can't hit their skill shots.
Absolutely.
We'll go ahead and start the actual picks here. We do have our bans. It's going to be Jewel banned by Collab and Fortress banned by Unknown P. And find out between these two teams, the head-to-head record is actually 1 for 4, where Unknown P have 3 wins and 1 loss. I made that way harder than I needed to. Unknown P are currently winning 3-1 in the head-to-head. That's a lot easier for me. So I guess past results do show Unknown P should win the game, technically. But we'll find out. Let's go and drop into the picks and see what's going down between the two teams.
There it is. I mentioned it. They're bringing Glaive back.
All right, so they're bringing Glaive back.
On, Best List EU. Always the player who's bringing new, like not new, since we saw Glaive a couple of times already, but kind of fresh. And obviously Fuji, Irakizuru, and Toph are mostly not picking until the last second.
Yeah,
that's like a habit.
That's their style.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, there's a 2-minute delay in the stream, so there's no way they can actually like cheat around that. And just to update you guys, yes, we're on an Android tablet, so the game is still in beta, so that's why we have that little bit of a Wi-Fi error. But we're actually directly connected, so no problems with that. But I wanted to point out, we've seen Glaive. I was watching Vainglory League when you guys were casting the Southeast Asia tournament, and we saw Glaive, but it was paired with a Catherine.
Yeah, and actually Glaive was carrying all the time and always running on a tension bow. Always first item tension bow, and then always mixing in a fountain. So,
right.
Ooh, that looks like, I mean, the soft pick on Fuji looked like a Glaive as well. They maybe watched, and the Catherine as well, they maybe watched SEA.
Question, do you think Shizzle McNizzle is going for crystal damage or weapon power?
Well, I think the question is it lane Taka or is it jungle Taka?
Yeah, this is the next one.
That's not important, because you can play starting with a book and then still go for crystal.
Exactly. That's because that one time we've seen lane Taka, it's been crystal, but every jungle one's been weapon.
Yes.
This is the question now. So, well,
but not to throw you off there, but like Glaive works in lane perfectly as well.
All right, well, we'll find out here, guys, as we jump back into the fold. We have over on the blue side Collab, and over on the orange side, it will be Unknown P. We've got the Book of UGs picked up for Best Celeste. And just to kind of give you a rundown of who's on what team, we have Fuji playing Glaive. On Collab's side, Irakizuru on Jewel. And Toph on Catherine on the side for Unknown P. We've got Roko on Fortress. We got Best Celeste on Glaive. And Shizzle Manizzle on Taka. So we're seeing a lane Glaive.
Yes, I just mentioned it. And Best LSU trying to roam in here. Looks like Irakizuru might get a bit of damage, but no one is committing to that one. I mean, why should you? There's not a kill potential right there.
Okay, so I remember I was listening to you cast just the other night, the Southeast Asia stuff, and I can't remember the guy you were casting with his name, but you guys were talking about how you typically never see range versus range anymore in the lane. But one thing that really doesn't work well for Glaive that we've seen in the past, I'm not sure if it was you or Blueberries with me, is that Glaive up against a range has a very hard time in lane, especially like a Ringo or a Vox, because he can't wave clear as quickly as, say, the Jewel to heal up in time.
So I think they kind of like knew that Fuji is going for, at least, I mean, the enemy Irakizuru is going for Jewel. So, well, I think if Iraki were going for a Vox or for a Ringo would be much harder.
Ooh, Rocco getting picked up here by his
Best Celeste gonna go down in a 1v1 in lane.
Where did that happen?
1v1 in lane, and that's so we've seen Glaive's work in lane. We've just saw it doesn't work as well sometimes. And Best Celeste, I mean, he's not a bad player. He's obviously the best Celeste in EU, but he's already struggling. He really needs to respect Iraqi Zoro in that lane. Yeah, he might have, higher ping, but he makes it look like he's playing just on land.
I mean, just to say that, I'm trying to cast to the fold and I'm sitting on the shield, and I did not expect that to happen. That's why we didn't capture it on screen. So that was really surprising for me that he actually had the chance probably to rocket leap in, lock him down, and get a lot of damage down, and actually getting the first blood secured for Team Collab. So the US boys are looking for that that cash into the finals and get that with them home.
Possible matchup still. The intern teams playing in the finals. Well, first they actually have to beat Collab here, and I think, as said, it will be about late game. I think mid game could happen, but would be lovely to have a nice late game here. And Rocco and Shizzle, they are going in here for the vision, and there comes the flare. Well, they are going to lane, so watch out. Maybe there comes a gank for Best Celeste. Well,
that was that trap he picked up earlier on when he did go down. So well placed to save his life. Roko, though, coming in for the backside as well. Shizzle and Nizzle looking for a kill. Roko getting very large, but he gets knocked back into the enemy team, and he's getting taken down. The second kill and the jump coming in, stunning up two people. Shizzle should be able to back away from this one. Fuji, he's going to fall to Best Celeste, who has some ridiculous damage. Toph, he might even go down. Shizzle's sticking around for some extra DPS in there, but Best Celeste going to back away, respecting Iraqi Zoro, and they do pick up one where maybe they probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, like Glaive, Fuji felt only to the mortal wound, probably because he could not get out of there. And he popped, we can see that right now, he popped the Halcyon potion, but just not enough to regain. There was just basically too much damage already. Picked up by Taka on three weapon plates, actually. That's like he's looking for the early game damage. I mean, he can build something out of it, because that's actually the question I got from you guys, what he's going to build, and it looks heavily like weapon, and it's going to be interesting. So because I loved on NK and Team O that they picked a heavy crystal and a heavy weapon as well, and I mean, we could see Glaive playing weapon. It's not that common. I don't know if it even works, but...
You mean Glaive doing crystal?
Crystal, oh, sorry.
Okay.
There we go.
Looking forward to Iraqi hitting level 6, so he's looking for the big red button action. And in the last fight, well, in the bottom there might be some action going on here. Toph, and look at this, the engage to Fuji. Well, I think he can afterburn out of this, yeah, so no way. Well, just going back.
He tried to connect the pound maybe, but just...
Oh, Toph. Everyone is here. Best Celeste face checking that one. There comes the knockback from the afterburn. And look at Shizzle McNizzle. He's revealing actually there. There comes a jump from Fuji, hitting two. Best Celeste here activating the boots. Has to get also very low on health here. So very lucky in this situation, going back here to the lane.
I think he ran back to the jungle camp too, just to buy up a potion. So he didn't die, but he will return back to lane. And actually, I want to talk about builds for Glaive. So what do you expect to actually be picked up for him in the lane?
That was close. The rocket lead nearly connected. What I expect him to pick up, I mean, he's obviously already on the book of. I just don't want to
eulogies.
have the builds up and see Glaive dying in the background. And obviously he needs that book. It could be, and I would love to see the Blazing Salvo and the Minions food actually going into a breaking point, because that worked quite good for a lot of Glaives lately. Obviously, it's not going to be the tension bow. Somehow that's just a C thing. And there might something happen down here. Merc's Pursuit coming in, and Rocco Safurdi. Oh, you're stunned, bro. You need to get out of there. But, nope.
Oh, from the top, Iraqi coming, there comes the knockback, and Rocco, he is going down here in the fight. Well, 3 versus 2 situation, look at the ultimate! This is amazing, the health bar was melted here by Iraqi, so no chance for Shizzle McNizzle here. And a very, very nice fight here, 4-1 actually the score now.
Did he hit level 6 off of that kill onto Rocco? So to level up his ultimate and then to use it right away, that's pretty quick pushing on his part.
Yeah, and you need to capture that as well. I mean, obviously he needs, he's trying to focus someone off, and then, you need to, do that, actually. That's a lot of micromanaging right there.
Very head-to-head here. So Iraqi, he has 40 creep kills, while Best Celeste is on 38. So not a lot of a difference. Nice fight here from two melees, actually, on the lane.
Well, let's be honest. Jewel is not a melee. Sorry. But
Well, yeah. I mean,
I mean,
theoretically, yes.
if you watch C, we talked about that as well. I don't know if you listened to that as well, Jason. But I do have a feeling, and Video Villain, who was joining me on that day, said that as well, that somehow it feels like that Jewel is cheating herself into a melee, because like it feels like with the Rocket Leap and the Thunderstrike, that's more like an ranged melee.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the Thunderstrike, it should cost a little bit more energy, so you can't spam it. Thus, it takes away the whole power of being so strong early.
I get you totally there, because right now you can just spam it all the way, and if you like,
the next fight is coming up. Well, they are going for Fuji here, and this is the damage coming in the jump, stunning all three. Well, the first person going down, Chisel McNizzle. Rocco going down as well here. Best Celeste barely surviving. No, he is going down as well. Definitely the ace coming in here for Team Colab. What a fight, the ace buff here. They're gonna take this to the lane and are looking forward here to push the turret for a sweet 900 gold.
Oh yeah, dope stuff. And actually, you asked me a second ago, meanwhile, Team Colab should push down that turret. Best Celeste went up getting that breaking point, just bought it right here. And because he was the last one surviving that team fight again. Is that turret going down though? Looks like Rockets 30 wants to engage here.
Yeah, they're looking for the refight, and they might be able to pull off Toph. Going to be going in. Actually, a nice Rocket Leap comes in from Meraki, pushes them away, but Best Celeste isn't done just yet. He's looking for the kill. The big red button catches out Shizzle my Nizzle, and Best Celeste, he's not going to escape this after, and comes in trying to knock Iraqi back in the turret, but it's not going to be enough, and Celeste is just trying to escape the potions being popped. He picks up a kill. The breaking point, like you said, is stacking up so much damage. They're not able to burst him down. He picks up another. Look at that crit coming in. 510 and another.
Wow.
And there's the return ace coming out of Unknown, and I was just about to question the pickup with a breaking point, where if you can't stay alive long enough to fights, then what's the point of having it? But he did it, and he made it work.
That's a lack of focus by Team Colab right there. If they see Glaive, he has the AOD damage. We saw that. He critted 3 members, they just melted away. They had no chance to survive that. And I have a feeling they need to focus him, actually, and they need to try to stun him out of there with a Rocket Leap or the Mercus Pursuit. And that might be a turret trade. I don't know if he's going to get it. Maybe the pound.
Oh, you have to burn back into it to pick it up.
Oh, it's worth. That's worth. If he even is dying out of it, because Afterburn is back in 4 seconds. They probably know that. But the backup is coming up as well. The Wolves, Ed and Eddie, they're all jumping in.
It's a good show. It's a good TV show.
Yeah, just... You know that?
Ed and Eddie.
Yeah, Ed and Eddie.
I know the TV show of it, the cartoon.
Yeah, that's why.
It was a great cartoon.
That's why we named them Ed and Eddie.
We might see the fight breaking out there. Roka going in. He's going to get stunned up. And look at this. Iraqi getting pushed back out of the fight. But the Blast Trooper comes in. Roka's going to fall. And Best Celeste, I don't think he's going to stay alive long enough this time to really do much damage. But it's still stacking up.
So.
Shizzle's doing some good damage. Iraqi's attacking from the backside. That's the key point there, to get extra damage in. And he's going to allow his teammate Best Celeste to survive this fight. They're going to pick up 2 kills for 1 death. And Fuji, he's most certainly not going to die. But Unknown P, they're fighting back in this. Remember, they're up 3-1 in this head-to-head.
Oh, and it always starts like looking. I always have the feeling, okay, that's an ace for Team Colab. But then Best Celeste, you simply just getting a couple of stacks down. Oh, and Goldminer. Looks like he's trying to pick up Goldminer on his own, but Team Colab, Fuji is coming in, but Best Celeste is in as well. Who is getting it in the end?
He's tanking the gold mine.
Yeah, he died, but the gold payout, I think they got it. Well, Team Red, yeah.
That's worth.
It's worth. Definitely a good play. Risky, but the payout in the end is there. And very nice to see Best Celeste. Well, he has overdriven actually his Afterburn, which has a very nice cooldown. Already said that. Well,
barely surviving this Thunderstrike.
I think
Big red button's up.
Oh yeah, he's looking for the snipe.
100% should be dead. Oh, that healing coming out. That was ridiculous.
Oh, so did he have vision on that? He's somehow he saw that the whole team of Colab is roaming upwards, because otherwise he would have tried to get that kill.
I think he got the call from Rocco.
No, maybe. Yeah, there's a scout trap. They catch them off guard. Yeah,
well,
sweet.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Best Celeste was trying to bait in the big red button out of Iraqi so it wouldn't be up for the next fight, because he popped his Fountain and his Reflex Buck at the same time to get a huge burst of healing paired in with his Book of Eulogies hitting the minions. So he would get this big chunk of health, so Iraqi couldn't ult him down. I feel like he wanted to waste it so he could make another fight happen.
And always, the big red button, I mean the animation, the delay is quite short. But with that Afterburn, it's super easy for him. But because we see that he's a really good player, it's super easy for him to jump in and box him out of there. Oh, actually, he's just doing that. It's looking for a team fight here. Or actually, a 3v1.
Well, we're starting to finally see Glaive be powerful. Again, I'm thinking back to the games we've seen him so far in the lane, I think by Best Celeste, and it was very meh. It really didn't impress. I'm not sure which one of you was casting it with me, but it was very kind of lackluster. But we're starting to see it actually, work well finally. And You know, the life spring's working out well. I mean, I think the difference between then and now is he's building tanky after the breaking point instead of building more damage.
And the point is, Glaive is, as far as I know, the hero here in on the Helsenford with the highest base HP. So if he's even like stacking defense items on this, it's even like he's more than tanky.
Especially the fountain.
Yeah, and the fountain is the core thing here, and I think it is a very, very smart pick for the late game and the team fights.
And just to say that this game is beautiful right there. It's so much fun to watch. Actually, that Glaive always trying to survive as fast as long as possible and getting their breaking point stacks, and somehow Colab is missing out on doing something against it. But it looks like some scout chips are getting popped. Kaku is actually in for Shizzle.
Shizzle my Nizzle going into Toffee. Look at this, and the nice leap from Iraq. He's positioning for the ultimate, I think. Well, can he put this up? No, Shizzle. He might go down. There comes the ultimate finally, but is the tank here? Well, they can't beat Best Celeste down. There comes the ultimate with the Wolves, and now the break here. Fuji going down as well, and look at Iraqi is going down as well. What a well-played thing here. The ace incoming for Team Unknown. I mean, this is actually what I'm talking about. The breaking point together with the fountain. I mean, this is very nice. And he like ate all the damage from Iraqi. He kind of blocked all the big red button, just as you said, Jason. This is actually the plan.
Yeah, and at an Eddie, they came in back late, but they did such a wonderful job because there were just 2 members left on Team Collapse, so they crowded onto them, and the Immortal Wounds are so important, especially when Best Celeste EU is trying to stack the breaking point, and we saw that he was actually lurking down in that right shop bush and just waiting until the team fight like started already, and then he went into it and tried to get as fast as possible stacks with his AoE damage off and getting the breaking point up.
I just love to see, like in that fight alone, you saw Best Celeste get low, and this health continually went up, and it was like, Collab, we tried everything we could possibly do to take him down, but the fight can be breaking out yet again. The Rocket League going to come and stun up 2 people, but they're not enough damage in just for now. Best Celeste is staying alive. They're not focusing him. He has too much HP. Shizzle going to be healed up from the fountains as well, and Iraqi, he's going to be the first to fall. And I think this is going to be another fight for Unknown P. Fuji, he's not going to escape this. Shizzle going for the chase on a Toph. Toph just barely going to escape this pursuit, but no, Shizzle's back in with the boots and the stealth, and there is going to be another ace. Even oh, he misses the auto attack, but he gets it with the ultimate. Gets the ace for his team, and that's what's certainly another turret falling for Unknown P.
Yeah. Just to point it out, no one picked up a minion miner. Any thoughts on that, Blue? Like, since something changed in 1.5 to the minion miners, we need to put that out there. Like, the minions are now getting upgraded instantly,
and they hurt a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, I played after the patch,
but why
I died from a minion on the lane. I was like, what?
What happened?
They are so strong, but I think it's kind of like still stuck in the players' heads that like don't touch it, and I think it might take some time until they take him, and now when we talk about this, they're going for the push. And the interesting thing is that this team fight we just saw just were caused because Collab, they wanted to push the gold mine, and I do not agree with this. They wanted to check, they saw that all the jungle was cleared, so they knew they're kinda here, and they split up. They wanted to check the gold mine, and then in the end died.
They're looking for the fight again. Best Celeste and Morocco in prime position. Morocco is going to be taking up a lot of damage, but look at this. They're trying to burst down Best Celeste to you. Actually, they're even going for him again. What are they doing? Iraqi's going to fall immediately, and again, they're not hitting the right targets, and they're going to go for the chase. Toph most certainly going to fall from this one if they get the slow stacked up with the bleed, and you're seeing it just come down. Toph trying to merciless pursuit away. He might get knocked back into a wall. Fuji, though, he's the man to potentially fall from this one, and it looks like he will just afterburn himself back to his base. Not even Toph falling from this.
Ooh.
Oh, they're diving deep, and they will back off. So not getting
lucky
much more than 1 kill, but they still will keep the pressure on, and they're looking really. This is dangerous to look for a turret. I'm not sure that I agree with this. Blues, they're taking so much damage from this.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why. And now, well, this is the right thing. Go back, stop pushing, and this is so important where teams actually do overextend and they think like, well, let's do one more, let's do this, and they gonna throw the whole match in one fight. So good decision here from Unknown P. Go back and of course take as many jungle minions here as possible. Well, they group up here and Toffee is face checking that one 2 versus 3. Well, he is now in a 1 versus 3. Fail jump by Iraqi not hitting anyone. He has to put out. He can't put out the big red button. Nice play here, getting bursted down actually by Shizzle My Nizzle. And now Fuji 1 versus 3 situation. Where is he going to? I don't know what is going on here. So they are picking up 2 kills here. Again, an unknown. They are looking for Kraken and want to join here or let her join the lane.
Yeah, no chance. Fuji, I don't know what he did, but it looked like he's going just to sacrifice himself. I don't know why, but, well, he just had maybe the feeling that he has no chance to come back into this game. Since, man, I need to point it out, this is such a great sustain. Yep. On top of the breaking point, going actually with the Serpent Mask, and yeah, you just mumbled that, a double fountain on top, and then double infusions. Yep. He is so ridiculous strong right now, there is nothing.
You can call him a beast.
I mean, you see that? He's going 1v3. He's not even caring. Like, oh yeah, there's a full team up.
Oh, look at this.
No
nice dodge here and failing. Iraqi Zoro putting him in the wrong position. There comes the ultimate in Iraqi Zoro now. Maybe he has to pay the price for this one. Tough here. Sorry. Yeah, he has to pay the price. And Fuji going down again as well. Well, look at this. Shizzle My Nizzle here. Great Kaku out. And there comes Kraken. I think this will be... Oh my god! It's going on 700 Beautiful. And some more crits from Best Celeste.
Okay. I called it that he did the beautiful move in the whole tournament, like with the Jewel. And that's
wow.
right. That's even better. That's even better.
Well, here we go. Unknown P, they're finishing off the game. The Crystal's going to go down off the back of Best Celeste, who was first blooded in lane 1v1 against Iraqi Zoro, finishing off at 11-2-6 and gets Unknown P one step further in the entire tournament. And now they're one more win away from getting themselves into the finals to join Unknown O.
Okay, I should have betted. Really, real money on Team NKM.
Our 3 teams that we picked are still left. I had Unknown P. Well, it's a team I wanted to see. I don't know if they would actually fully do it. Unknown O, and then Red Team 1. Yeah. We're going to have Red Team 1 against Unknown P next. This is going to be ridiculous.
What I wonder, what is going to happen if both NKN teams are winding up in the finals, and like who's winning, but they still have it's a full team. They can say, like, who's flying then? That would be interesting.
That would be. But let's break down the items really quickly before we do hop to a break. Iraqi Zoro, I want to point him out in particular, went for the Broken Myth and the Shattered Glass. But you can have all the items in the world. If you don't use your ultimate on your Crystal Power Jewel, then it doesn't mean squat.
I think the biggest problem for Iraqi actually was in mid-late game, he didn't hit his Rocket Leap on point. We saw him jumping, fail jumping, so this was putting him in the wrong position. Easy pick up for Unknown here. And they did an overall great job with the focus and count the fountains, yeah? I mean, we have 3 on the side for Unknown. We have, there we have the big damage from Shizzle My Nizzle here with the Bone Saw and the Tension Bow. I mean, and the weapon infusion. They did an overall great job. The Broken Myth, from Iraqi. But he couldn't.
No, he did. I mean, Jason said it beautifully. He could not get through these fountains, and Glaive picked the fountain up even before he finished the Serpent Mask. He barely rushed the breaking point. He got destroyed, not destroyed, but he got a bit of wrecked early game in the lane.
Yeah, he got 1v1'd.
He got bullied basically, but he just didn't care. He just stick to what he's doing. That's what he did. I need to point it out again. That's what he did with Jewel as well. Like the whole team was losing the game early to mid game, and then late game Jewel came back from lane. And he was just sitting there thinking, well, I do have a lot of farm now. I do have a lot of crit, and you are not surviving my Thunderstrikes.
I think that's the story in general of Unknown P. They always have a weak early to mid game, but they just hold on. They grasp for dear life, and Best Celeste EU always comes up big when the time is needed. But that means that's going to be our game for them. Unknown P advance on into the next round to play against Red Team 1. We're going to be heading to a quick little break. When we come back, we'll kick that game off and just update you guys really quick on what's happened with the finals. We did just recently change it from being a best of 3, where the winning team has no advantage, to a best of 5. So we'll be going into that one as our final game in a best of 5, with Unknown O having a 1-map lead. So Unknown O would need 2 wins, and the team that comes from the loser bracket will need 3 to get themselves to Seoul, Korea. But that break...
That just basically means more games,
more fun. It does. But that means that break's coming up. Hopefully we'll be back very soon, because we're not waiting for any teams this time. We're just waiting for them to get in the lobby to kick off our loser bracket final. We'll see you in a few.